Take you guys with me on a photo shoot, and I'll be recording the whole video on the Insta360 X5. I'm gonna show you what you can get if you want to vlog with this camera. I'm gonna show you the process, the post-production editing, because it is... No way I'm leaving this camera here. It is quite a big deal, and well, hopefully I will get the best possible videos out of this camera. And the second story in the video is going to be a photo shoot of a beautiful landscape, which I have to do. Let's go. Apparently we're lost. No, but the scenery is nice. Though this one thing, I missed the road, and this navigation here not doing a good job, to be completely honest. First stop of the day. Damn. Let's fire up the drone. You know, the irony would be if this would be a no-fly zone. I think it's a fly zone, so technically it shouldn't be a problem. Just waiting for the drone to get back home. Now, let's talk about the settings on this camera. So here, I'm always recording with 8K in 25 frames per second. 25 because, well, we live in Europe and here is 25. It's kind of the standard, but the least amount of frames gives you the most amount of data per frame. I'm using the high bitrate, the highest that I can go, and medium sharpening, and, well, just a standard profile, standard picture profile, and 360 all the way. There we go. Amazing. Wow. I mean, this is a scenic, beautiful place. I think I'm gonna get my camera and take some still shots as well, because this looks kind of interesting. My camera support crew. It's always nice to have somebody else to hold the camera when you're doing vlogs, and well, with this camera technically you don't have to, because what I can do is, you know, place the camera and then reframe later on, because I can go around and around. That's the beauty of a 360 camera. You just place it somewhere and the camera does everything. It records all the 360 video footage, which you can then reframe in post. Okay, so this was a productive session. I think it's going to start to rain, but anyway, now just as I was about to edit the video, a new firmware update came for the X5, and this is the one with the AdaptiveTone. So now the camera should be exposing much better, and the skin tones and the colors should be better. So let's test it out with this new thing in this, you know, Insta360 vlog. We're gonna go running. I have to admit, I do feel like an idiot running with a camera. So we're gonna run to the city, you know, get something to drink, and then head back home and edit the video. I'm using the same settings as before, 8K 25 frames per second, Oh boy. Auto exposure, standard feature color, high bitrate, medium sharpening, and the adaptive. Yeah, I don't know. Looks really bright back there. But it's probably better than without, which looks like this. Yeah, no adaptive stuff. And width. I think there's more dynamic range. I have no idea. The other side is, however, completely dark. So the camera is trying to balance out both exposures. So I don't know how this looks. I mean, really way too bright. Now we come to the editing part of the video. So before we start actually piecing our video together, we have to import all of the 360 files into the Insta360 software. Now that's the easiest and most convenient way to do it. You can do it with other softwares or you can do it with your smartphone, but the Studio app on your PC or Mac is probably the most easiest and the most convenient way of reframing and then exporting your files for the final edit. And yes, we have to do the editing twice. Now, the benefit of a 360 camera is that it always captures everything, and if the subject is moving in the frame, you can easily follow it with the reframing later on in post. So technically, you always capture everything, but that is an additional step in the editing process, and it does require quite a lot of time in tinkering depending on what kind of video files you've recorded and how many of them there are. Now, once everything is reframed, you then export every video clip that you're satisfied with into a proper video format for later editing. I use the ProRes 422 export and I export in 4K resolution, although technically we are just on the border of a 4K resolution. Even though this is an 8K camera, it's borderline 4K once you reframe it. It depends on how much you zoom in the reframing process. But anyway, once you export those files into that nice, easy to edit ProRes 422 4K video, then you can use those video clips in your proper video editing software. And I use Davinci Resolve, and well, typically I just bring the files in and stitch them or place them wherever I have to into my storyline. And because I'm shooting with normal colors, because this is an 8-bit camera, I don't really have any flexibility in post-production color grading, because, well, 8-bit footage, it's kind of limiting in terms of how much you can actually color grade. And even though this has an iLog flat picture profile, I find that to be really soft and really, not good looking. If you guys are interested in that, click on the video over here where I compare the iLog to the S-Log on my Sony, for instance, and I think the normal colors with medium sharpening and just, straight out export is the best way for this camera. So this was my vlog made with the Insta360 X5. Well, technically this last part was recorded on a proper full-frame Sony camera in a studio with a green screen. Anyway, if you got any comments or questions, leave that down below. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing and hit the like button for the algorithm. It really helps and it doesn't cost you anything. It helps me out a lot. So thanks for that. And if you want to stay on the channel, then watch this video over here where, I don't know which video is going to be, but probably something that you might be interested in. So see you in this one. Bye bye.